guys, my name's Greg Bailey. I'm a photographer here in Brighton and I am filming my WEX Masterclass in partnership with Canon. We're here today talking about how to capture big personalities in your photographs, and we're going to be shooting with a very big personality, Releasa Slaves. You're going to love her. So I shoot on a Canon 5D Mark II. I've had her for 8 years now. She was a lovely present for my mum. It's mum. And I've got a custom bracket that you can actually buy from WEX. It's only 68 quid, cheap as chips. And you can attach a nice little kind of flash gun to this, and that just brings the flash a lot closer to the lens, and that's what I love working with. It's my go-to. And I've just got a nice standard lens that basically came with it. She serves me well because I like going from nice cropped close imagery to big open editorials, and I like to just kind of focus on the model. And this allows me to do that. We're in this lovely multi-story car park today because we've got a nice mix of big natural light on the top level, and you've got dappled light down here. I'm going to be flip-flopping between using my flash, using just the camera with nothing attached to it, just so you can see kind of the different types of image you can get in the same location with the same model, same setup. So we're about ready to start. We're going to start down here in this beautiful dappled light, and then we're going to head upstairs to very bright sunlight, and we're going to play around and see what we can get. And then we're off to our second location, which is out into the Sussex Downs. Going to change the look, change her hair. It's going to be good. Oh, looking good already. You know what you're doing. Yes. Gorge. Yep, just keep moving, give lots of variation. Nice. Oh, your eyes look so strong. Yes. Lots of movement if you can. Yes. Right, I'm just gonna keep on clicking, and because you've got so much movement in in your hair. Yes. And 3, 2, 1. Yeah, number one drag thing, like try not to, there you go, yeah, try not to use daylight because you don't want to ruin the illusion. Yes. Gorgeous. Beautiful. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to go into the live mode on the camera, because I'm going to do a nice mix of light here with the flash gun and the daylight. So go into live mode and you can just play around with what you've got. So you can see different ISOs as you go. It kind of brightens up, and you can just kind of play around with all the settings. So what I'm kind of looking at is the background more than Releasa at the moment, because Releasa is going to be I'm sorry, darling. Yeah, Releasa is going to be highlighted by the flash. So it's looking good to me. All right, now let's play around. Looking lovely. And you just get a nice, crisp, bright, I don't want to say flat image, because flat makes it sound bad, but it's kind of, it pops with the flash and the daylight. So right, let's just keep playing around. Gorgeous. And for this one, I am just on autofocus. It just kind of, it just takes your mind off it, and I'm just focusing on Releasa more than anything, so she can move around and do her thing. Oh, this is looking good. I'm just going to move around you and kind of do lots of variants of this. Yeah, you know what you're doing. Oh, beautiful. So I think what I'm going to do now is get some like quite tight crops of you, so kind of more of the beauty side. And with this one, I do like to just go on to manual focus, because then you can just really get the eyes super crisp. Now let's see if this light works. Oh, yeah. Yes. So what you can do now, this is another good thing to do, is when you're doing like a nice tight crop, you can kind of show everything. Like, she's got nails on, might as well see them. So yeah, you know what you're doing. So, minus the broken one. Yeah, this is strong. Well, shall we try over in the daylight?
Yeah.
And I'm going to get rid of the flash.
Okay.
Is that all right?
I will look you through the flash.
You will, babe. I first started taking pictures when I was at college in Canterbury, just as part of my fine art course. And then I started specialising in fashion styling photography at London College of Fashion. And then after that, I kind of segued more into the photography side of things rather than styling, but still keeping like a keen eye on what the model is wearing, their makeup, hair, all of that. And I always thought that I would be a fashion photographer, but soon came to realise that it wasn't quite for me. It was, what I experienced was quite a bitchy side of the industry, and I just didn't feel quite comfortable. And being from Kent, going to London, it was kind of a bit of a culture shock. But being a gay guy, I knew I wanted to kind of find like-minded people and find the LGBTQ scene. And I found that in Brighton, and I soon started, sorry, there's a huge spider right here. Yeah, being from Kent and going to LCF in London, it was a bit of a culture shock to me, and I soon kind of came to realise I wanted to find like-minded people, and I found that in Brighton, just kind of going out and about and seeing the scene. And I first started photographing drag performers in 2012, and I was lucky enough that the first drag performer I photographed was Willem of RuPaul's Drag Race season 4, and then it just sort of snowballed from there, kind of good word of mouth. And I ended up kind of creating a zine so my work could be seen, because my work is at the time very niche. A lot of magazines didn't want to kind of have a drag performer on the cover, so I thought I'll make my own. And again, that sort of snowballed as well. I managed to get my zine kind of put into several good locations, several good bookshops, and that's when my publisher, Lawrence King, saw my zine, and they approached me to do a book, which I named All Right Darling, and it's the contemporary drag scene. Got lots of huge personalities in there, big personalities, and yeah, it's just kind of where I am now, producing more content with big personalities and showing you how to do the same. Oh no, yeah, this is perfect. This is what I want. Yeah, lots of kind of small variants of this. This is looking beautiful. So the light is harsh, but it works with kind of what we're doing, and like it's kind of like just adding to your makeup even more. So
maybe the strobe is strobing.
Yep. So I'm just going to keep on moving around you, and you can just do what you're doing. It's kind of glimming perfectly off. And there you go, you know. So I've just switched to a 85mm because I'm doing a nice close crop of Releaser, and oh, it's looking good. So we're gonna have to keep an eye on the light. So when, oh no, it is looking good. If there's a little cloud, let's start shooting, because this light is bright. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. I love shooting beauty shots with drag performers because, as I said before, there's so much time that's gone into creating this look. Doing kind of close shots just captures that personality. Little swell there, beautifully. And then real close-ups with the hands again. Yeah. I'm gonna move over back onto the other lens, I reckon, because we're gonna do some on the floor now.
Get on the floor.
So I am doing a nice mixture of using this stunning natural light and the mixture with my flash gun. Let's have a look at this. Oh, this is looking really strong. So because we're kind of working with two different types of light really with this flash gun, because it knocks a lot of the natural light out. I just like to go in post-production afterwards and kind of lighten areas, darken areas. There is nothing wrong with going in and doing some editing afterwards. All right, I'm just going to play around and I'm going to turn the flash off for now because we've just faced releaser to the sun. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, this is really editorial looking and just, that was quite nice. You kind of had your hand over there and you were, yep. Beautiful. And one more at the camera. Gotcha, babe. Well done.
And that's the wrap, baby. Catch me on Instagram.
So we're at our second location. The sun's going down and we've got some really gorgeous skies. I thought like part of having a big personality is kind of showing that in many locations, many angles, many light sources as you can. So you can really kind of capture the depth of someone's personality. And very excited to get this one going. Beautiful. Gorge. If you do some, can you do some kind of like front on ones as well? Beautiful. Yes. Stunning. Working with people who are so used to being in front of the camera and knowing their angles and all of that, because I can just sit back pretty much and kind of just capture you and then just kind of like do the tweaks, kind of like I'll let your mouth fall open a little bit or pop your arm here. It's basically a collaboration. Yeah. Gorge. So we've just finished up on the last location of the day. The sun's going down, so we're going to head off. And I just want to give you a few tips and kind of pointers on if you want to do what we did today. So obviously it's important to know your way around your own camera, but like myself, I'm not a very technical, knowledge-based kind of person. And find it very difficult to retain information. So like I said earlier on, playing with your camera, learning what it can do for you and how it can just make your life easy is key for me. And I would always suggest you guys do that as well. So the most important thing I think is always to get to know your client, your customer, the model you're working with, whatever the situation is, you get to know who's going to be behind your lens, because if you're trying to capture their personality, you need to know it first of all. So today, for example, I spent the entire time with Relisa while she was getting ready, putting her hair on, getting her outfits ready. We just mucked around, we were just being silly, because then when the camera comes out, you're still at that level and you get the best pictures that way. I think it's really important to understand that you don't need top spec equipment. You don't need to have a mirrorless camera. You don't need to have several flashes. You don't need to have you don't need top spec basically. I've done this for years now with one camera, one lens. I've treated myself every now and then to like a custom bracket. But apart from that, that's all I have. And for quite a long time, I used to be quite down on myself, and I suffer from this thing called imposter syndrome, which I'm sure many of you do as well. Feeling like you're always going to get caught out, that you're going to get exposed to not being a proper photographer because you don't have the right stuff. But it doesn't matter. Like, if you're getting the images you like, if you're getting the images the personality you're photographing likes, so what? You can do this with minimal money, just lots of effort. A really great video that I saw on Wex's YouTube channel was light painting with Oscar. Link is in the description below. And he was going around kind of urban settings with this amazing sort of, almost looked like a lightsaber, and he was literally painting with light, and he was doing long exposures and layering his imagery to create a final image. And it's something I do, not the running around urban, landscapes, but layering my imagery to create something that is not exactly what you captured, but you are capturing that person's personality by this layering process, by editing. So I would always say, use Photoshop. It's everyone's friend. I just want to thank you guys for being here with me and listening to me. Hopefully you've learned something, and hopefully I've inspired you. I also want to thank Canon for just being such an amazing camera brand. I've been a big fan of you for years. Like I said, I don't work with the latest model, and I don't need to, because their products are just tip-top, user-friendly, and they suit me perfectly. I also want to thank Wex for having me and allowing me to do this and showing you the big personalities I work with. If you want to see any more of my work, you can follow me at Greg Bailey Photo on Instagram. You can go to my website, which is gregbaileyphotography.com. And I would suggest just keeping your ears, listening, and eyes peeled for more work under the name All Right Darling.